Now we're going to look at the multimedia section of HTML5 standard. And the big tags here, and some of the most anticipated tags, of course, are the audio and video tag. And one of the primary motivational aspects of implementing HTML5 was to create an environment where you could stream and show audio and video as was already the default, which was Flash, Adobe's Flash, and Silverlight that came from Microsoft. So instead of using those technologies, you wanted to build the ability into the language HTML5 to support audio and video. And hence we have the audio and video tag. It's rather straightforward. There are basically one tag is video, one tag is audio, with a variety of attributes. You set the source, which is a tag that you put inside the video tag. You point out which video or audio sound file, or which file is to be played, and it plays if it's supported. The issues that still exist, I'm not going to go too deep into them. I present them a bit in the course as to which codecs, which different video files are supported. Originally it was MP4, but MP4 didn't want to, Mozilla that makes Firefox didn't want to support it. Microsoft had also their fingers in it. So right now, if you encode your video in MP4, WebM, which is the open version that Google has released, or OGG video, which is the open source video codec, then it should work in any web browser. Currently, MP4 works in most, I believe, but you'll have to Google and check it out for the latest situation as what's supported by each browser. But if you do in those three formats, MP4, WebM, and OGG, then you're guaranteed to have it work. Hopefully this will be something that will be sorted out in the future so that you can just code something in one codec in one format and it'll work everywhere. We see the code here. I just have a little script to check and see if it's supported. It is. And then it's very straightforward. Here's the video tag. And here's a source tag where I point out I have a relative search path to the an MP4 file. And these source tags work so that they first try this one. If it's supported by the browser, then they play it. If they don't, then they try the next source tag, and so forth. So they just have a standard hierarchy here. We have some important attributes. The first is you can give it ID if you want to manipulate it in JavaScript. Then you have width and height, how big it is. Poster is the actual image. It's a JPEG or PNG, an image that is shown before the video starts. You can set that to whatever you want. And then controls is an attribute that allows the browser to show its default controls. And obviously, these controls are going to appear differently depending on the browser that you use. And then I show how easy it is to manipulate the browser with JavaScript. I put in a couple of buttons here with a button tag. And I used to document get element by ID HV, which means I grab the ID tag of this video. It's unique. And I can call different events, pause, play, current time plus, and so forth. So I can go back and forwards, pause and play with those if I don't want to use these built-in controls, because these are pop up as an overlay over the video. Audio is just as simple. You have an audio tag. You set the source attribute. You don't use the source tag, you can use that as well. And then you point out MP3 is supported, OGG as well. So not much to say there. Pretty simple and straightforward. But now it works very easily. And of course, I'll show it. There's going to be some noise here as I start the video and stuff, of course. Here we are. And I'll do a refresh. And we can see my modernizer script says that it's supported the browser. Your browser supports HTML5. I'm using the latest Chrome, Google Chrome. And here is the poster attribute. It's showing a JPEG, which is the Stockholm University's logo here. And I push play. Since its foundation in 1878, and I think you can hear it. It's playing from the computer speakers. A little presentation about Stockholm University. And as I said, this gray area and all these controls, these are what appear if you have the controls attribute activated for the video tag. And these will appear differently, as I stated, with different web browsers. And you can maximize. Here we go. And then you can introduce it. Of course, it disappeared out of the picture, which you could see. You have the volume control on and off, so forth, and you can, of course, navigate in the file. And as promised, I said these buttons here are the JavaScript, they're calling it, and I'm manipulating it with my own buttons. So you can hand roll and do your own type of interface if you wanted to control videos. I'll go back to start. Oh, pause, play. Yes. And then some audio files. As I said, the controls here were the ones that automatically pop up. Of course, there's no video, so it's just going to play sound. And of course, you could even create your own buttons to manipulate these as well. And so, horrible noise, I know, but we see everything works. Yeah, and of course we could start them all at the same time. A real cacophony of noise. So, there you go. This is an area you can really experiment and play with. It's very easy to start with. They just made simple tags. You know, create some videos, some audios, build an interface, and experiment with the new multimedia tags in HTML5.